colleague for bringing that point up.
Questions and comments? Questions et commentaires? The honourable member for Courtenay-Alberni.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank my friend. He talked a lot about jobs and his concern about jobs where he lives, and of course he's going to be fighting for the people in his community, just like we are in coastal British Columbia. We're standing up for our communities. We have concerns. We've had spill in English Bay was just a bunker spill. We had a diesel spill up in the Heiltsuk Nation. I've talked about these. We've talked about the gutting of the MCTS centres on the coast and the overtime that's being paid as a result of the so-called modernization by the Conservatives and the Liberals. They still haven't told us, no one here has told us today how to clean up raw bitumen, both Liberals and Conservatives. And I can tell you, Mr. Speaker, two tugs aren't going to protect the coast. We keep hearing, well, let's figure out, one of the members is speaking out and saying how many. Let's figure out how to clean up raw bitumen before we talk about increasing tanker traffic. I keep hearing from Conservatives that, that people in coastal BC and New Democrats are against jobs in Alberta. In fact, we're for jobs. We want to hear about how they're going to move forward with an oil economy that's going to be a transition economy to clean energy. Maybe we haven't heard proposals about refineries and ways forward and pathways forward. I'd like to hear from the member about pathways forward, because shipping raw bitumen out of Canada is shipping jobs out of Canada. It's not about putting money aside for future generations like Norway has. We haven't heard about the responsible economic development, and we care about our brothers and sisters in Alberta very much, and our cousins and our aunts and uncles. But we would expect the same kind of respect, that we have 100,000 jobs in British Columbia that are based on tourism and hospitality, that rely on a pristine, clean environment. And so maybe the member could speak a little bit about that. And I also would like to hear him talk. He talks about, or often we've heard from Conservatives today, that they talk about this replacing foreign oil. This project isn't proposing to replace foreign oil, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Edmonton West.
I probably only have about 2 seconds, but I'll try. Replacing the foreign oil part just shows the hypocrisy of the current government, my friend. When you talk about cleaning up bitumen, there's a senior researcher, Heather Detman. She's with Natural Resources, been working on this for years and years. And she talks about there are methods. There's chemical methods, there's booming and skimming. So there are methods to do it. There is a lot of misinformation about bitumen. They say, oh, it sinks to the ocean. Bitumen floats, and this lady who knows a lot more about it than all of us says it's actually easier to clean than regular oil. Now, there hasn't been a single oil spill from a tanker off the BC coast, and we hear a lot of, fake horror stories. It's almost like we should never fly just in case there's a plane crash. What if the plane crashes to the hospital? We should never have a plane. We should never get in a car because it could be a car crash. We have the very best pilots in the entire world, the very best in Canada, based on the West Coast. We've got the best technology, we've got the best response, and we've got the best record, well over 50 years without a single oil spill from a tanker in British Columbia. We can't go on horror story of what ifs, we have to go out on facts. And the facts show we've done a fantastic job, a perfect job, and I'm sure we'll continue. Thank you.